Hello, my name is Dawn Devine, and welcome to Studio Davina Update for fall of 2025. I know that I normally do this once a month, but because of my day job, I wound up working three major productions in October, and I am late. Thank you for your patience. Because of this lateness, I'm doing a combined newsletter with October and November, which should be in your mailboxes shortly. If you want to receive my newsletter full of curated goodies from around the web, please visit my website and sign up from any page. But let's talk about the projects that really absorbed my time during October. I had a client request. Somebody had seen the beautiful purple bra that I had made Bassina earlier in the summer. This costume was a collaboration between me and Lady J, aka Jenico, for the beautiful San Francisco Bay Area dancer Bassina. And this costume really looks like $1 million. Between the rhinestones and the large glass triangles, it really just pops when it's under stage lights. And of course, it's my favorite fabric, a suit. Now, Azura, who I've worked with many times over the years, saw this bra and she would really, in an ideal world, have something in a beautiful pink color. But because I don't have pink, all I have is purple, we decided on a compromise. And here is the bra in process, excuse me. We started this project in October. It's kind of a last minute thing, but I started it with the notion that I really wanted to talk and speak to this idea that you can make something using spectacular fabric and leftover discarded materials in order to, create something that's pretty awesome. So these are coins left over from somebody else's project. It is leftover rhinestones on chain, which you can see here. I used a shoelace. So these diamond cerulean coins are on a shoelace. And, for the final, completed look, I added an embellishment in the center. Here we are at the second fitting. I always do three fittings when working with a client. There's the very initial fitting to make sure that the bra fits, that we deem it worthy, and to discuss where the style lines are going to go. Then in the second fitting, you come back and you test out the pattern or design with the base fashion fabric before you go on and start embellishing it. So this was the point where you get to say, I like it, I don't like it. The final result is a bra that looks pretty darned good, even though it was made on a budget with leftover materials. So we were pushing a deadline to have it completed in time to appear for the debut at the Fabulous Fall Festival. Now, this is a show that I work on every year, and I was so happy to have one of my costumes on stage. But before I dive into the recap of the Fabulous Fall Festival, which was held on November 8th in Los Altos, California, let's dial back to the day when me and my two buddies went to perform. In an unusual turn of events, I got hired to do a gig at one of my old clients, Cedar Crest. Now, I don't really have a group anymore. I've been pretty much retired, but I gathered together my two friends, Jenico and Alicia, and together we help make Halloween special for a group of seniors in our community. And how did we spend our money? We had a fabulous Chinese dinner. I spent most of October planning and preparing for our 21st annual Fabulous Fall Festival hosted by Babdama. This was a resounding success, but rather than toot my horn, let me just show you some pictures. This summer, we lost one of our committee. Layla Lanty is now dancing into the sunset, and we dedicated this event and our donation to our charity, Next Door Solutions to Domestic Violence, in her name. She'll be missed. So sometimes I take on challenges that replace the activity of journaling in the morning. And traditionally in October, I think for the last 8 years or so, I've been doing Inktober. Inktober is a lovely drawing challenges, 31 days, 31 drawings. But I didn't quite do what they ordinarily do. They put out a prompt list and you do illustrations according to the prompts. But rather than working with their prompt list, I decided to do the challenge my own way in service to my Costuming from the Hip project. So I got a hankering to get out a notebook and just start drawing. Perhaps my most successful Inktober was the year that I teamed up with artist George and we got together and put together a book of mandalas. Now, I drew the mandalas by hand and then he took them and transformed them into nice, beautiful coloring book pages. And over the course of 31 days, I did 31 works of art. Well, this coloring book was really designed to be part of a class. So the first half of the book is a manual on how to do color theory, working with all of these different elements of color. And then because I had tried out this paper, I thought this would be perfect for working with colored pencil. And so I combined color theory, colored pencils, and mandalas to create this coloring book. And I used it for several years as a textbook, but it can also be, something that you pick up and just do. So if you'd like to learn more about color theory, how to work with pencils, you can pick up a copy of Color Theory with Pencils and Mandalas. Back in 2009, I did the Inktober challenge and I did belly dancers. I wound up going a little bit more in detail about these dancers in a coloring book. It's called Dance Costumes to Color, and I really think it's great, and it's free if you sign up for my newsletter. This year, I've been slowly plugging away at Costuming from the Hip, the 30-year anniversary rewrite. This has been an ongoing project for, oh gosh, a while now, and my mission was to have it done for its 30th anniversary. But it's hard to get a book done on its 30th anniversary when you think about it on its 30th anniversary. So we're a little bit behind that 30-year mark, but we're making a book that contains a lot more information. It's completely reorganized, and I know you've heard me talk about it so many times. This year for Inktober, I did some illustrations for the book, mostly working through ideas. Of course, there's a lot of notes, and a lot of these sketches just aren't that great. But if you're interested in seeing what I did for Inktober, that is over on Patreon at the $3 level or above. I'd love to talk to you more about what some of these key concepts are that I covered in my note taking and how I plan on progressing, especially on that page and on this page. You can see that I've done a lot of thinking and converting my thoughts into visual expression. But like I said, if you want to know more, you want to see the rest of the pages, come on over to Patreon at the $3 level. For the sewing demo this month, I am trying to work through my massive pile of a suit scraps that I have gathered over the past 15 years of costume making. And while you might think I have a lot of purple and a lot of blue, I actually have quite a bit of black. So I've decided to make some Christmas presents and I'm taking you along for the ride. And I'm going to show you how I take affordable purchase bags and I use scraps like this one in order to make custom embellished things, accessories, and pieces. This is part of a very short series I'm going to do. Here I am pressing the suit. And you know what comes next. But if you don't and you want to find out, join me over at Patreon for the $7 tier of sewing demos, and that includes the $3 tier and the free tier as well. So come join me over there. This fall, I decided to reach into the Q&A bucket and answer a reader's question. This is from one of my Patreon members, wanted an quick overview of the visual history of belly dance in America. I've been working on this project called The Visual History of Belly Dance, and she wanted something that was less in-depth on one date or decade and more of an overview. And so, without further ado, I made it. Now, she also requested that it be short. Unfortunately, this is a 30-minute long video, so I recommend you grab yourself a cup of your favorite hot tea, you grab a pen and some paper, and you settle in with a overview of belly dance in America. And we're going to start in 1876 and go right up to the age of the belly dance superstars. So for all of you who might be wondering what's coming next, my plan is to get all of these videos up, send out a newsletter, and then we're going to have a nice, quiet, comfortable Thanksgiving. I wish you all the best in our holiday season. I hope you get my next newsletter. It has a lot of juicy content with curated links to things that you might find interesting around the web, some of them related to belly dance, makeup, costuming, and other things as well. I really appreciate you, and thank you for watching this month's Studio Davina update. Now, this has been a combined 2-month or really 6-week effort, so I just want to thank all of you who've been patient with me and have given me the grace to take the weeks that I needed in order to, go over and do this fabulous fall festival. Anyways, take care and be well, and I'll see you in the next month. Bye.